manure for the day. We ended up with 8 loads. Got all the manure off the spreader here in the back so she don't freeze up. You can see it right over there. Probably still have to just bump it with the skid loader because there's so much stuff packed in so tight around there, but got the gate about halfway open. Next we got to put a bale of straw in pen 5, and then we got to scrape in bed 3, and then we got to scrape 9 and 10, and then possibly 1 and 2 in bedded. So we'll see what's happening. It's still snowing, so we'll probably have to go push more snow after we get done with that, right before it gets dark. Got it all backed out here. Go grab the skid loader. It's probably almost 3 o'clock by now. So this whole barn here ought to be good to go for another week. Just scrape it right in the pit here. And it should be mostly solid, so we should be able to stack it up pretty high. It's supposed to get up to 36 is the high in 10 days. And 10 days is gonna get that warm. So some of the snow will start melting. And then it'll probably get cold again eventually, and then we can haul manure a lot easier. There's one of the piles. You can see the livestock trailer back there barely. Pile of manure. Got a bunch of hay ready for Dad when he comes out to feed. But it's probably snowed a good inch. Probably got another inch on its way here. But got 4 bales here, which will last us 2 more days. Figure we get all that out of, get that down here yesterday before we get a bunch more snow. There's the ground hay we got, or not ground hay. I just take the bale and go down that way and unwrap it and then push it into a pile. And so, yeah, to clear this one more time tonight. And the skid loader. Go switch buckets, get the bale spares. Looks like my window's off. Oh, that's nice. Isn't that nice? Okay. Just got done with pen 3. We're working on pens 1 and 2 right now. It's still snowing right now. It's almost 1 o'clock. Came out about 7. Got chores done. Had vet check. Checked the heifers to see if they're pregnant, which ones aren't. Need to stay in the breeding pen so we can get them bred before they send back to the dairy. Had a cold day. It's not a snow day because it didn't snow, but it got down to like -12, so everybody gets scared because it's below like what it usually gets, you know, so it's too cold, so we couldn't go to school, which whatever. Now it's like 20 degrees, you know, but anyways, it's supposed to get up to 25, and so we didn't go to school. They're working on putting a dishwasher in the kitchen right now. We had one on order since April for about 9 months, and then went to a different town, different place, and they have a whole bunch of them, you know, and there's a shortage of everything. So they're working on that. Spent about an hour. Spent about an hour before that cleaning up the benches in the shop and organizing stuff. Still a lot to do there. So we'll hop back in the loader. We brought 6 bales down from the tubes up there this morning. We got to bed up both these pens here today and also put some in 5. We're just going to cut one of these bales up because there's quite a bit of hay left we need to get used up. That's the stuff that's been there for a good 5 days, so I brought it out of the corner. We'll grab this first one, set it there. and then we'll push that on top. Get that, I want to get the stuff used up this weekend, and yeah, so we got skid loader sitting here, put the other fork on. What I found, I did like roll the whole thing out, but then it's like a lot of screwing around. Usually if you get a good grab on it, you just sit there and shake the whole bale out. It only takes like 1 minute and you got it in a pile, and then we run it through the mixer. So the mixer mixes it up pretty good, so I'm not too concerned about it. So that's what we're gonna get working on, and then we got a bunch of cattle we're gonna vaccinate then. Not a bunch, but I'm not sure exactly how many or what pen, but work on that. And hopefully we get a little bit of manure hauled then. We're not gonna clean these pens out today since it's so cold. They need as much heat as they can get. So we'll wait till a warmer day to clean them out. But we'll just probably haul some manure off of some piles and keep that to a minimum. So when we do need to haul a lot of manure, it's that much less we gotta worry about. We're not gonna go ham on hauling manure because there's quite a bit of snow in the fields. So usually about 3-4 o'clock every day, I get 2 of these bales out and shake them up so they're ready to go. And then I started put about 700 pounds of it into the mixer for Dad. Let it mix for about 5 minutes, get it mixed up decent, and clean some extra feed up that is spilled. So we just plop them right over. Do one of them, and then I'll get out and cut the plastic and net wrap all off. Just got a utility knife, works fine. There it is. Up pens 3 and 4. Just got done scraping scraping and bedding pen 5, and had 3 spreader loads to scrape out of pen 5 because it's been frozen in there, and not really sloppy, so we weren't too concerned about it. So I'm going to get some more bales out. We got to scrape the whole big barn and put bedding in up there. The rest of the family is sorting and vaccinating heifers. So I'm gonna go get some bales out and go haul and load them in there and then move up to the big barn. So it's a little after 7 o'clock at least by now, probably 7:30. Just finished up the big barn, hauled 10 loads of manure today. Dad's finishing up bedding here. And take the skid loader down, let the cattle back in. And he's got a feed here yet. So quite a bit of manure in there. But we got it taken care of. Today is Friday. Got a decent amount of bedding to do. I think there's going to be 2 more pens than I thought it's going to need bedded. Not sure why that is, but I guess it is what it is. Looks like 2, 3, 4 going to need bedded. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 because 1 and 2 runs together there. And need to put the rest of that hay in the mixer. Most of it will probably go in the first batch here this evening, about 4 o'clock. Get 2 more bales there for tomorrow, and the other half of the batch tonight, and tomorrow morning's feeding. First we're gonna go get the freestall scraped. That's first priority right now. So it's Saturday now, after lunch here, and got a couple pens to get bedded up, and we're gonna bring 10 round bales down because it's supposed to start thawing out a little bit. So we'll get them down here before it gets a little soupy up there. Probably just bring 8 or something down because there's still 3 down here. And get our 2 unwrapped there, push his feed back, put our hay in the mixer for when Dad feeds. All the bags need cleaned up and a bale needs to go in pen 5. And then we got time, which possible, we'll go work at the shop. But we got about an hour and a half. We got about an hour and a half here. We do a couple things. So it's later now, and had to deliver some sausage from through our local FFA. Did a sausage fundraiser, so we got that all delivered to some family members and a couple other people. And so came back, cut the bags, bedded up with straw and pen 5. We brought all them bales down then, and bedded up pens 3 and 4. Into the shop now, working on cleaning this stuff up here. Got trash and scrap metal there on the floor. Cleaning up this mess here, just got a little bit left. I'm gonna get this cleaned up before I head in tonight, and just a little bit less you gotta do later. So put you guys back in the warmth and I'll get to work. It's a little bit chilly in here, but that's what we're gonna work on here a little bit, and then we'll go in.